I challenge you to a dance-off. Hands off, no trash talk, no backwalk. On the black top, just me, you, that's all.
Guys, welcome back to Clash with Barno. I hope everyone is doing well. Today I'm going to be going through an army strat for Town Hall 9s, and it's the old LavaLoon, and it's based with the Lightning spell sets. So what this is quite a popular styled Town Hall 9 scrim base, where the Queen's exposed from the core amount of the air defences. She's quite easily reached by your heroes. And the idea is you swap your royals for the Queen, you then lightning out 2 air defences, and you LavaLoon the remaining of the base. Now, this was a re-hit. It wasn't fresh, and there was a golem in the clan castle. So a golem and a ground expo means to me that you can attack this base quite heavily with air and have a high chance of success because you're ignoring the clan castle. There's one expo that's out. So what I plan to do with this attack was to lightning the air defense beside the Queen. Now that would do some splash damage onto the Queen and make killing her a lot easier. So as an insurance policy, if the King and Queen don't get the enemy Queen, then she'll be quite weak to the remaining pups. So what I've done with this attack was I lightning that at the start, and then I aim to get my King to go into this cell. Basically, with the King going into that cell, he would aggro the Queen, that would draw the Queen out, and then my Queen would push inside and kill the enemy Queen. Then I would LavaLoon the remaining part of the base and get them to go this direction. Now the reason for that is that there's only 2 archer towers up the top. I knew all the Teslas were down the bottom here. There was, I think, 3 Teslas down the bottom, and there was 1 in the corner. And then from there, you know there's bugger all air defense style buildings up top. You know that your loons are going to push in that arc around the base. So it was basically created well to then push your air units through. So let's go ahead, we'll show the replay, and I'll talk you through what I was thinking at the time and the basic strategy of where I went. You can see just under 3 minutes for the attack, so I didn't have a huge amount of time left. Where's my first unit going down? I'm waiting for the Queen to pat, that's right. So you can see there, lightnings go down. I had about 12 seconds left at the end of raid. A couple minions down on the elixir collector on the left-hand side there. You can see that's to get the herd going. You can see I used the big earthquake so it gets more damage done to that expo. I want to make sure then I use the low-level earthquake up top there. So I used a baby dragon at the start down the bottom because I wanted to tank that archer tower as well as do some positive herding to be able to get my King to go inside. Unfortunately, I didn't get that mine down, and that's going to affect what happens. The King doesn't aggro the Queen, but I go ahead and rage the King to try to force him into the Queen. I probably should have raged that a touch earlier, and then that way maybe the King himself, Jimmy Bob, might not have actually aggroed the Queen, and then he might have got in the door. Unfortunately, my Queen hasn't gone in to get the enemy Queen, so she's going to be sitting on half life. You can see I used another baby dragon up top to get the troll Tesla. This was a replay, so I knew it was there, and I started with the 3 hounds to go in towards this air defense up the top hand corner. Now you can see that baby dragon still going up the top there, so I use a couple loons, and I want to make sure he gets the clear. He keeps going with the clear. I'm loving these baby dragons and the abilities they're going to give us. Now you can see it's going to be a dry spell for the actual air element, so you need to make sure you've got enough tanks with your loons moving through. Now I've got 3 left in my attack. I've only got a few pups in the backside, so I start using the minions up the top corner. Now I'm going to lose a lot of these pups at the start, and I'm not going to be able to get that Queen completely down. So you see I use the remaining 3 loons to get both that wizard tower on the left hand corner and then try to push up to the top. So now there's no splash left. I've still got over half a hound, and that's pretty much it for the raid. So I'm seeing this is a very popular raid style at Town Hall 9 in scrims at the moment because of the way the bases are built, the way the Queens are built, and all of that. So yeah, that's my breakdown on the Lightning LavaLoon. I hope you guys enjoyed the replay, and I hope to see this in more wars. So thanks guys, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, I was going to release the video I did the other night, but it seemed to have a bit of an error at the end, so I'm just going to add one extra Town Hall 9 attack, and you can see here the base. I've gone in with the Lightning LavaLoon, and you can see the exposed queen that I talk about. This is a clan that's got quite a few decent bases. They've got an 11 win streak, so we got this instead of our scrim draw on the weekend. So you can see what I'm going to be going for here is to lightning out these two air defences. That's going to take one earthquake to get the both of those. This is obviously a re-hit that I keep talking about, what makes these a very good army, and that means I'm going to save one spell slot with which I'll use a haste, and then I'm going to try to get towards this queen. So I've just done the attack. It's in our live war at the moment. And I was obviously pretty happy with it, but as a re-hit, this is where you're going to get these powers, you're going to get these benefits. You can see the Expo on the left-hand side there's on ground as well as the other one, so they're both on ground. They're not going to affect it, the air contingent. So I know the Tesla farm is to the left of the queen. You'll see that in the second part. So once I've removed that air defense, you can see the baby dragon tanking for the one loon. That's all you need, it's just the one loon. Unfortunately, what happens here is the loon aggroes the queen, which then draws the baby dragon, and the baby dragon doesn't get the cannon down. So that would have been nice if that had have worked. So you can see a little bit of work here with the king. I was a bit unhappy with that wall breaker pathing, but it did the job in the end. The king goes in, gets the enemy queen. My queen stops to keep going, so it's time for air now. There's no need to slow down. You can see release the 3 hounds versus that first air defense, so a good amount of tanking. There's no haste spell needed or anything like that. You just let everything catch up. So there's 2 wizard towers at the tail end of this with a big Tesla farm, so you want to make sure you can hold some speed. Now I think very quickly I'll realise I need to get my minions down on the ground. I missed the queen in the heat of the attack. You can see the heat seekers in the middle of the field there, so you see those minions come out on your right. So there's still 3 hounds still going, including the Clan Castle hound. You can see there was 4 loons left for the end to try to split them up. So that one haste went down. It's quite effective, but there's just nothing. Nothing is going to be able to defense-wise stop these. You can see the Expo's doing nothing. There's still 2 hounds that aren't split. One almost full hound and one that's almost split. So yeah, that's pretty much the raid. So you can see, as a clean-up army, these are probably one of the strongest armies base dependent. I knew there was a hound in the Clan Castle. I knew that there was where the Tesla farm was, and I could lightning and also then save that one spell slot for the haste spell, and it just gave you that little bit of extra bump, and all over Red Rover. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, hope you learnt a bit, and please remember to subscribe.
Tell me a walker!